Welcome back live to Hampshire and Thruxton, the fastest racetrack in the UK. The touring cars are just about to go out on their formation lap, so we'll get straight back to our commentators Tim Harvey and first Ben Edwards.
Thanks, Ted. We're all set then for the third and final race of the day here in the High-Q MSA British Touring Car Championship, and they're starting on pole position. Young one, it says. It's Andrew Jordan. He'll be celebrating his 19th birthday next week. He's in his first ever season in the British Touring Car Championship, and he starts on pole position. A fantastic opportunity for him on that reverse grid. So let's take a look at it in more detail. Up front with him is former race leader earlier today, Gordon Shedden in the Team Halfords Honda Civic. He could be a threat for the victory, but watch out for Jason Plato, determined to score points after being excluded from race one earlier today. He starts third on the grid, and Adam Jones in the petrol-powered Team Aircool Seat is alongside him on that second row. On the third row, the fast-starting Matt Jackson, winner here last year, could go well from fifth on the grid. He's got the other Seat alongside him, that of Darren Turner. And then it's Matt Neal. Alongside him, we've got Colin Turkington. These two could race very hard. They had a great battle in the previous race, two experienced campaigners. Next up, Tom Onslow Cole, double winner here today already, but alongside him is Fabrizio Giovanardi, the championship leader. These guys are now first and second in the championship. Onslow Cole's gone from 7th to 2nd, amazing stuff. Stephen Jelly next up, he's 11th on the grid. Tom Chilton starting 12th, hoping for better things. His car has been sorted since problems earlier on. Behind those two, we've then got Stephen Kane in the Motorbase BMW and his teammate Rob Collard right alongside. They're hoping for better things. Behind them, we've got Mike Jordan, father of the man who sits on pole position. Harry Volkard starts from 16th place. And then behind them, we've got Gareth Howell in the BTCC racing car with Jason Hughes alongside him in the MG. Next up, it's Erkut in the Arcus Racing Astra. John George is next to him on the grid. Alan Taylor then behind them with Michael Doyle. And then as we get down towards the back of the grid, Martin Bell had a bit of damage to his Astra earlier, but that's been repaired. And Chris Stockton joins at the back of the field. So that's how they line up then for this third and final race of the day, Tim. Conditions have been pretty good throughout the day. Temperatures warmed up a bit mid-afternoon, maybe just beginning to cool off again now.
Yeah, great racing prospect. If the teams haven't worked out how to make their tyres last by now, they never will. The drivers know to stay off the curbs. The teams have fine-tuned all their camber settings. Plato is determined to get maximum points out of this. He has a lightweight car starting near the front. It's his best opportunity.
It is. Good opportunity there for Jason Plato. Let's see whether he can back up victory that he had last time out at Donington Park. We've had 8 different winners so far this season, but Tom Onslow Cole has done the double here so far. Bit of a tall order to expect him to take all 3. There's Gordon Shedden, who starts on the front row alongside Andrew Jordan, and he could be on for a good result here as well. Suffered a puncture when he was leading earlier today.
Yes, I managed to get in between an argument between him and Steve Neal, the team boss. I was saying that it looked to me that Gordon had stayed off the curbs, and he was agreeing with me, but Steve wanted to give him a telling off, so who knows, but certainly a good opportunity here. As you say, he led that first race quite commandingly until the puncture.
So you have to say you would favour Shedden and Plato, but don't forget this man on pole position, Andrew Jordan. In his first season, his best result so far has been a 5th place. He was twice the winner of the independent class last time out at Donington, and he's driving in the John Guest car, just heading through the chicane now. The question of whether he can make a little break at the start. If the others trip over themselves into the complex, there might be an opportunity. Further down the field, Tom Onslow Cole, double winner. He starts this time from 9th place on the grid, but not only that, he's got to carry maximum ballast.
Yeah, but he was carrying maximum ballast in the second race, and he closed down on Giovanardi and had to hold station, so he's well capable of lapping very quickly over the length of this race.
Definitely, he's been a star today as Tom Onslow Cole. He was the star at Donington last time out. He really has come to grips with this Vauxhall Vectra beautifully, and no doubt we'll be seeing a lot more of him. But let's see what he can do in this one. Don't forget that Giovanardi is alongside him on that 5th row of the grid, and the Italian master can always pull off a surprise or two. So it looks as though all 24 cars are pretty much in position. The engine revs begin to build, and for the third and final time here today at Thruxton, we're set to go racing. Lights out, away we go, and it's a good start from the pole sitter and from Gordon Shedden. They're going to be pretty even then. Here comes Matt Jackson in the BMW behind them. Watch out for the white car, but side by side go the 2 front row men through Allard Corner. Gordon Shedden definitely trying to get the edge on Andrew Jordan up towards the first corner in the complex. Jordan's got that inside line. They're still side by side turning in. Jordan, oh, there's a bit of tyre smoke behind. Let's hope they've all made it through. Shedden squeezes through, and Plato's going to try and follow, or has he? Jordan, yes, just has to give it up. Gordon Shedden leads, Jordan in second and Plato in third.
That was ever so close as Shedden cut across the nose of Andrew Jordan, and Plato's trying to follow him through.
It is tight. It looks as though most of them have survived. Plato now trying to take that second place, and I think he might go through. And Matt Jackson also trying to nick past as well. Somebody run onto the grass but got back on the tarmac. This is all helping Shedden, who's made a bit of a break. Now Plato into second place. Andrew Jordan in third. Matt Jackson, look at Adam Jones. He's on the grass.
Oh, he was lucky to save that unsighted. He couldn't see the edge of the track and just put a wheel off. It was one of the Vauxhalls that ran wide, and there they are running in tandem, 1, 2, 3.
Yes, indeed. You've got Matt Neal down there, you've got Tom Onslow Cole, and of course Fabrizio Giovanardi, but still in third place. The man who was on pole, Andrew Jordan, tucked up behind the Seat. Gordon Shedden just making a little bit of a break up front here at the moment, early stages of this race. And then, as you say, all the Vauxhalls running together. Matt Neal leading the group, the rest of the field through the chicane, and everyone through there in one piece, I think. Let's just take a look at this. This was Gordon Shedden taking the lead, I think.
Just cutting the nose off, as we said there. That was brave. If he was sensible, Shedden would have not quite gone for the apex, and he managed to get through. And of course, that delayed Jordan coming out the corner enough for Plato to get through.
So it's Shedden leading, Plato second in the yellow and green Seat, Jordan in third, Jackson in fourth, fifth place Darren Turner in the other Seat, sixth Adam Jones in the silver and red Team Air-cooled Seat, and then the rest of them. We're on board Colin Turkington, he's in seventh position, looking at the back of Adam Jones. And remember, Turkington's had a couple of good strong results already today, but the car tends to get better as the race progresses.
Yeah, it takes a little while to get its tyres up to its optimum, and just as they're up to their optimum, the front-wheel drive cars are starting to deteriorate, but it's quite warm. That will suit them well, and he's well on the pace at the moment and looking to make progress. But Adam Jones in front of him driving really well this race and all year.
Behind Turkington, the three Vauxhalls. Matt Neal is running right behind. There is Matt Neal right behind Turkington. Behind Matt Neal is Tom Onslow Cole. Then it's Fabrizio Giovanardi. So the three cars absolutely together on track, followed by Tom Chilton. Then it's Stephen Jelly, Rob Collard. Stephen Kane is 14th. Mike Jordan is in 15th place. Gareth Howell is running in 16th place. Third between Jordan and Matt Jackson in the BMW directly behind.
Yeah, good battle this. Jackson looking to go up the inside. Jordan has it covered. Doesn't clip the first apex. Holds it in tight to the second and gets maximum speed out of the corner.
Andrew Jordan started his racing career in rallycross, in fact. Lights on Matt Jackson's car, trying to disturb him a little bit if possible. Andrew Jordan, winner of 3 rallycross titles in 2005. He also won the Ginetta Winter Series, but he stepped up pretty quickly to the top level of touring car racing here in the UK, and so far so good, holding on to third place here ahead of Matt Jackson, then Darren Turner.
Yeah, that car of Andrew Jordan's looking a little bit loose, a little bit oversteer at the moment. This is where he went off in qualifying, had a big moment here, and went, oh, he's nearly had another one there, you can see. Oh, and in front of him, Plato struggling as well, getting dirt on his tyres coming out.
Look how hard they're all trying, that's what it's all about. On board with Turner, Darren Turner, is it tucked in behind Matt Jackson? Yeah, it is, in the Seat, looking to get past the BMW, no room there, so quiet. On board the diesel. Oh, a mistake from Jackson. Here's a chance for Turner. Getting alongside. Little tiny mistake from Jackson. And surely Turner's going to take it. He has. And he might almost get past and let Adam Jones through as well. But Matt Jackson just shuts the door in time.
Yeah, a little bit unusual that. Just going over the middle apex curve of the chicane. Jackson's car stepped sideways. He had to get out of the throttle and correct it. And it will open the door perfectly for Turner to go through on the exit.
So Turner took advantage of that. Then it's Jackson, then Jones, followed by Turkington, then Matt Neal still up there. Giovanardi ahead of Onslow Cole. There's been a swap around there between those two. Just taking a look here at Darren Turner. This is the move. This was the mistake as Jackson just clipped the curve. There is Giovanardi. That's how he got past Tom Onslow Cole. So it's a fairly straightforward overtake, not too fiercely fought. Leaders there, Gordon Shedden, Jason Plato, Andy Jordan still there, strongly in third. Look at this, here comes Giovanardi, is it, or is it Matt Neal? Maybe it may well be Matt Neal moving past Turkington there. So good move from Matt Neal, yeah, it is. He's got past the BMW.
Yeah, that was a good move through, good word if a car... Oh, now Giovanardi just touching the back of Turkington's car. Going to go around the outside, you know Giovanardi's going to try.
Not quite, not this early in the race perhaps. He decides to settle in behind, and then right behind him is now Tom Chilton. So Onslow Cole has lost another place as Jackson goes on the attack once again. So Matt Neal now in 7th place, Turkington down to 8th, Giovanardi now in 8th place, then 9th place for Tom Chilton, 10th for Tom Onslow Cole. So Onslow Cole seems to be struggling a bit more in this race than he was earlier on in the day when he took 2 victories. Still looking back at the battle for 4th, Darren Turner on board. Darren Turner, he's in 4th. The man who wants it back is Matt Jackson after that little mistake earlier.
Yeah, watch the Seat stretch its legs here, up towards the left-hander Noble, goes in with just a little breathe on the throttle, then back hard on it. Driver's working really hard. This is where he tries to hold the car in. You're watching a car there doing 125 miles an hour. Lots of input going on, just right out to the edge of the track there. Imagine if he gets one wheel on the grass, it could all go very horribly wrong. But great car control down through Church, staying on board. See how much of the curb they take, and the car still settling itself on the exit out over the rumble strips. If they go heavily over the rumble strips, the drivers have to tap the brake pedal with their left foot to get the brake pads back up onto the disc before the heavy braking here at the chicane.
Millimetre perfection around this fast Thruxton circuit. And again, over the curb, he uses the curb but doesn't lose time this time. Matt Jackson, neat and tidy. That's all about that clever damper technology you were telling us about, Tim. That's where it's useful, jumping over those curbs, and Jackson certainly using it to his most. Up front still, it's Gordon Shedden leading from Jason Plato in 2nd place, the gap 3/4 of a second only. And Andrew still holding on to 3rd place. This is a good effort from him so far. Look behind, there was a bit of a battle there. Was that Turkington under pressure from Giovanardi? That was very, very tight with them. Matt Neal as well. And look at Adam Jones. He's tucked in behind Jackson. So Turkington with Giovanardi there, absolutely together. Matt Neal a little further ahead of them, of course, but the Italian wants this place. Trying to get past the Team RAC car. Oh, surely not here.
No, great shot there, but he's got a late turn and he's trying to then cut back inside. Here you go. He goes inside as Turkington runs wide, but who's got the most engine? They're down to Church now. This is going to be very close. Giovanardi's got it.
Oh, great stuff. Brave stuff from both drivers. Both run a bit wide. Watch out for Tom Chilton. Chilton's joining in at a much tighter, neater line, and he's gone past Turkington, definitely. And Tom Chilton takes advantage of that to go chasing after Giovanardi. And Onslow Cole now is also on the attack, trying to get past Turkington. Yeah, he does it. Squeezes through. Don't quite know why he found the space, but another great piece of driving from the youngster.
Yeah, Onslow Cole, they're just hanging on to that place, and Turkington doing well not to hit him.
So up front still Gordon Shedden. Let's take a look back at Tom Onslow Cole's on board. This was how he did that manoeuvre.
Yeah, on the outside, Onslow Cole on the left. He's got Turkington on his right. They're both braking possibly late. Onslow Cole can't turn in because the BMW's there, but he just goes in wider and gets in front.
So that was perfect. Textbook stuff from Tom Onslow Cole. There he is. And he's still there at the moment, ahead of Turkington. Stephen Jelly there as well. And Turkington definitely struggling a little bit more in this race. We're on board with Turkington at the moment as he tries to see if he can get that place back once again. And maybe now, as the tyres are beginning to wear more on the front-wheel drive cars, the BMWs will come back. But definitely seems to be struggling more in this 3rd race than he was earlier today.
Yeah, Onslow Cole carrying a lot of entry speed into those fast corners. You could see that on board the BMW was just breathing off the throttle, and Onslow Cole was carrying a lot of speed in and using that car's ability to go over the curbs to maximum effect.
So very, very high speed stuff from Tom Onslow Cole, just eking out a slight advantage over Turkington. Back with the lead group. Jones under pressure from Matt Neal now. That is for 6th place. So you've got the silver, red and black Seat chased by the Vauxhall veteran Matt Jackson, also on a chance to get past Darren Turner. Just up ahead of them, the Seat, the diesel-powered Seat, almost getting it, and he's done it. He's got... No, so he's still there. He's still there. Matt Jackson, I thought for a moment, might have got past, but he's not. Up front, Gordon Shedden just locking a brake going into the complex. Got to look after those tyres, remember. Yeah,
Jackson's trying to get back past. Here we are on board with Turner against Jackson. Jackson trying to get back that position he lost at the chicane a few laps prior. And clearly there are advantages and disadvantages. The Seat turbo diesel, heavier car at the front, has trouble changing direction and Jelly's off.
Yeah, I think that's on the exit of the complex. I saw a cloud of dust there, and he gets back going. Is it through the second part, in fact, of the complex? Yes, it is. So, oh, and in trouble, Shedden in trouble again, and Plato takes the lead. Gordon Shedden in trouble, another puncture, and just as he was in the first race of the day, he loses the lead.
Yeah, and it's on exactly the same lap as the first race as well. Exactly the same lap. Incredible.
On board there.
You can't believe it.
Shake of the head. What do I have to do? What do I have to do? He said he must have, I bet he was driving with every caution in mind, but Plato now takes over the lead. Andrew Jordan in second place. Then you've got the other Seat of Darren Turner. He's being chased still by Matt Jackson, of course. Then it's Adam Jones. And Adam Jones looking for independent points. At the moment, the independent class in this race being led by Andrew Jordan, who's second overall. Jackson is second of the independents, and Adam Jones, who's narrowly leading the points there in the independent category coming into this race, well, he's up in the mix too because he's fifth overall and third in class. Good stuff in the independents. There is Jackson chasing after that Seat of Darren Turner. That is the lead group. They're all absolutely together.
Yeah, absolutely together. Anybody's race still, and fantastic effort by Andrew Jordan. He's running right out the toppers, getting wide goes Giovanardi. But, you know, Andrew Jordan in that John Guest Honda, he is right on the pace. We're on lap 9. He's still on the pace of this leading group. Fantastic effort by the young guy.
It is brilliant to see, and we've certainly seen some of the young guns going well today, haven't we? With Tom Onslow Cole earlier on, and now Andrew Jordan again wide. That was Matt Neal that time who put a wheel on the grass in the background. We just saw that from our onboard view here with Darren Turner. Looking back at Jackson, look in the background. Yes, Neal has dropped back a bit. Giovanardi's gone past him. And Matt Neal, has he got a problem or did he just go wide?
Well, he's still at full racing speed, so I think he might have just gone wide, picked up some dirt on his tyres. But look at this, the pressure that Andrew Jordan is holding on the back. This will bring his driving on immensely. And that's, as I said, that's where the Seat is struggling. A change of direction is very difficult on that car. It's heavy across the front axle. It doesn't change direction quickly. And we've seen it's susceptible for attack coming out the chicane all day.
Yeah, but then of course on the drive out of it, the Seat is fast. That turbo diesel engine pulling him out of trouble. Jason Plato on board with Turner again. He's sitting third. Matt Jackson getting right in behind him, almost into his rear bumper once again. Almost a chance to nip through, but no way. And Adam Jones right there too, who will take advantage if he can. Great stuff. One ball. Oh, and off. That's looks like one of the BTC cars. Yeah, it's Chris Stockton who's gone off. Doesn't look as though he's hit the tyres that hard. He's obviously hit it at a reasonable pace. You hear at Thruxton when you go off, you tend to go off quickly. Gordon Shedden back out on track after a tyre change. But real disappointment for the Scot who was leading earlier as we go back on board with Darren Turner. 9 laps have been completed. We're on lap 10 out of 16.
We're coming down towards Church Corner and the run up to the chicane, which I think is where Stockton's car is, so we're expecting yellow flags at the chicane. Let's hope Andrew Jordan sees that and there's no incidents. They're both pulling out to the slipstreams. Now they see the yellow flag. Adam Jones has gone past.
Problems for Darren Turner. Yeah, Darren Turner in trouble there. He's lost 2-3 places.
Yeah, he's got a puncture. Now, Adam Jones went past him on the yellow flag, but he really had no choice. No choice at all.
No one had any choice there. He suddenly slowed right down in the middle of the pack. So another puncture. 2 cars out of this race already, and Plato still leads. Andrew Jordan still in a stunning second place here. Look at him go, the youngster in his first ever season in British touring cars, holding on to second, but it's end of race for Darren Turner.
I think there's more damage to that than the tyre, actually. When the car was rolling, there was a lot of wobbling from that wheel. I think there might be a steering arm as well.
So even if he does get back out, he'll be outside the points. Look to Jordan now under pressure from Jackson and Jones. 3 independents going side by side. Wonderful stuff. Can they keep it clean? So far, so good. Jordan, oh, Jones is on the grass. Can he get back on? Yes, he does. Wow, fantastic.
Well, we've seen 2 cars go through there. I held my breath because 3 cars through there, just about impossible. And as it proved, unfortunately, for Adam Jones.
Whoa. Andrew Jordan holds on to second. I don't quite know how. Matt Jackson. Oh, Jordan completely sideways through the fastest corner in British motor racing, and he's still got it back.
He still held it just, but he's obviously got a bit of dirt on his back tyres, probably from that side-by-side action, so he's going to be a little bit vulnerable just for a couple of corners.
Oh, and now one of the Vauxhalls going very, very wide and deep there. Was that Matt Neal? I think it was, going deep and wide. Giovanardi is now up into 5th place, by the way. That is quite a drive for Fabrizio. The 4th place it is now. Fabrizio Giovanardi now in 4th position. Oh, Matt Jackson's the one who's got a bit sideways slide this time. Not quite as dramatic as Jordan's a moment ago, but nearly. And they're all being caught by the reigning champion, the man who leads the points. It's Fabrizio Giovanardi on a charge for Vauxhall.
Yeah, who said these 2-litre cars weren't exciting to watch? Put them on a fast track with deteriorating tyres and you'll see them move around. Great stuff.
So up front, it's Plato nursing his tyres and nursing a 1.8 second advantage over Andrew Jordan. That's a useful margin, but Jordan's back of the car sliding around more and more now as he comes under pressure once again from Matt Jackson. Winner here last year was Jackson, but that BMW's been difficult to get right here today. It's slightly changing temperature conditions. Again, he's not quite as quick through Goodwood. Watch through Church this time. Andrew Jordan is not scared of being sideways. He's a rallycross racer. He's used to the car being out of shape. That time it was a little bit more straightforward.
Yeah, he's coming through there every time with the back end starting to hang out. That is the fastest way to drive a front-wheel drive car, with a bit of oversteer, but the driver has to have that incredible car control to hang on to it. Blimey, didn't Plato hit that curve hard?
Yeah,
and Giovanardi's been over all 3 curves all the way through this race, so it'd be a miracle if his tyres last.
I think he's just going for it here, isn't he? It doesn't really matter to him. He's just going for it and hope that the tyres will last. Still got a few laps to go. We're on lap 13 out of 16 now, and see whether they will all make it to the end of this race. We've had 2 go with punctures already, remember. Plato still leads. There's Andrew Jordan, second place. His father is still in the race, yes, and Mike is running his 10th place now. So they're both in the points. There's a good little battle going on between Tom Onslow Cole and Colin Turkington, and that's for 8th position.
Yeah, Turkington not quite had the pace we thought he might have done in this race, and trying to salvage something. At the moment, BMW honours very firmly with Matt Jackson. Look at the drift through there. Here you sense the gearing is just a little bit wrong on Turkington's car. He loses a bit of speed on the entry, and here we go, battle for second place.
Matt Jackson tries one way, tries the other. Andrew Jordan holds the line again, sliding the back of the car, and Jackson it is who runs a touch wide. And here comes Giovanardi. He's going to try and take advantage of it. Fabrizio Giovanardi gets ahead of the BMW, and now Giovanardi's trying to take second place away from the youngster, from Andrew Jordan, who's never raced really with these. Oh, they made contact! What a shame! That is such a shame. Andrew Jordan has to shortcut the chicane. He rejoins. Oh, in front and right, a gaggle of cars. Where to go next? Giovanardi's still in there, so is Matt Neal, Adam Jones, but Andrew Jordan's still in front of them.
Yeah, and deservedly slow, because he really deserved to stay in second. He was just given a little lean by Giovanardi. It was not intentional. Giovanardi had to sort of turn to the corner, but it put Andrew Jordan off, and he deserves to stay in second place.
Well, actually it's third, because Jackson is still ahead of him, so he has lost 1 place, but he hasn't lost any more than that. That was quick thinking from him to just take to the escape route, really. Take another look at it.
Here we go, and behind Giovanardi's just turning in, and it turns the back of the car the wrong way for Andrew Jordan, and Jackson slips through, but then Jordan rejoins right in the pack.
Almost wonder whether Giovanardi backed off in a way not to gain an advantage there, to keep the race alive, and there they are still fighting for third, and then the battle for fifth between Matt Neal and Adam Jones. Out is Tom Chilton. Is that a puncture? I don't know, but it's the second Team Halford's car out of the race, and it's been a disappointing afternoon for them. Meanwhile, Jason Plato's looking very good for victory here in this race. He'll be coming around next time to complete the 14th lap. There'll be 2 more laps to go. He's coming through the chicane. There's the battle for second. It's Jackson ahead of Jordan and Giovanardi almost shoving the Honda Integra, and he was a little slow out there, and I think there could be a problem. Was there a problem? Yes, there's a problem. Andrew Jordan in trouble, suddenly slowed down, and he's in the pits, and it's all over for Andrew Jordan. What a star performance by the youngster, but it's all over, would you believe it?
Well, I've no idea. He either lost his gears or the engine suddenly went pop or something, but he knew straight away that was terminal. No sign of a puncture or anything, but that must have been a terminal mechanical problem. But what a shame. He drove an absolutely brilliant race.
That was outstanding what he did there in that race, holding on to second place, mixing it with the likes of Plato and Giovanardi and Shedden, the top stars of touring cars. That young lad has a huge future ahead of him, but let's concentrate on what's happening. Plato leads, Jackson in second, and look, the battle for third between the 2 Vauxhalls now of Giovanardi and Matt Neal. These Vauxhalls cannot be stopped, can they? Giovanardi started in 10th place for this race, and yet he's just remorselessly moved his way forwards. But don't forget, he picked up a puncture in the last lap of race 2 here today, and that is still a possibility.
Yeah, Matt Neal will probably sit fairly dutifully behind him, I think. But let's turn our attention to Adam Jones just behind there, because he, of course, is still a privateer and independent in his air-cooled engineering Seat Leon run by GR Asia, and he's had another fantastic race.
Yeah, absolutely right. Let's just take a look back at what's been going on here. This was Onslow Cole looking back at with Turkington. This Turkington and Onslow Cole together. And I think actually Turkington managed to get past him, so he moved up into 6th place. So that's a gain there for Colin Turkington to take that place. We're on to the final lap then. And Jason Plato, who started in 3rd place for this one, thanks to the reverse grid, well, he's driven absolutely brilliantly here. He's looked after those tyres. He's still got to get round the rest of the lap. Remember, it was after this point that it went wrong for Giovanardi in race 2, so it could still go wrong for Jason Plato. He's going to see if he can hold on to take the victory. Looking good at the moment, though, as he comes down towards Church Corner. Matt Jackson leading independent. He runs in 2nd place. Giovanardi in 3rd. Matt Neal in 4th. 2nd independent is Adam Jones, and this could be enough indeed for Adam Jones to hold on to the independent points lead. That's going to be quite an achievement after a consistent run again. I think Jones has finished just about every race bar one this season, and in the points in most of those. Good effort from him. Into the last corner though, and it is going to be Jason Plato who's going to take victory in the final race of the day. He's careful with the tyres, he's looked after the car, and Jason Plato takes his 2nd win of the season. Matt Jackson comes through to take 2nd place, and 3rd goes to Fabrizio Giovanardi from 10th on the grid. Matt Neal's 4th, Adam Jones another fine 5th, Colin Turkington 6th ahead of Onslow Cole, and it's going to be Mike Jordan to finish in 8th place, and Stephen Kane comes through in 9th place. Useful points for him, and I think Harry Volkard, taking 10th, and a point there for Harry Volkard. I believe that's his 1st point, isn't it, in the championship. Good effort for him, the newcomer to British touring cars this year. But it's Jason Plato who takes the victory here in race 3. Where's he going? Driving off circuit in his celebrations or something? Maybe this is something to do with making the car ride high enough.
Well, I was going to say, I've heard of picking up a bit of rubber and marbles from the outside of the track, but that's taking it to extremes. But clearly, having failed the ride height twice this weekend, he doesn't want to take any chances.
No, that's right. So he's going offline there to pick up the bits of rubber and gravel on the tyres. It'll increase the effective diameter of the tyres, and he should be safe. So here's the result. Plato the winner from Matt Jackson and Giovanardi. Matt Neal in 4th place. Adam Jones in 5th. Colin Turkington 6th. Tom Onslow Cole, 2 wins today and a solid 7th in the 3rd race. Mike Jordan 8th. Stephen Kane in 9th. And Harry Volkard, his 1st point in British touring cars, in 10th position. Oh, great stuff. And, well, Jason Plato, I think, will be well pleased with that performance. Of course, Darren Turner, his teammate, wasn't able to back him up in the end after suffering a puncture in that one. But nonetheless, Seat desperately needed that result after the exclusion earlier on today for being below the ride height. And with the topsy-turvy day we've had for Giovanardi, he had that puncture, of course, in race 2. It really has meant it difficult almost to track exactly what's going on in the championship. But obviously a chance there for Plato to try and close up that gap. But Giovanardi did finish in 3rd place, having started down in 10th, and that will keep the Italian at the top of the standings quite comfortably. Plato coming into the pits, he goes into the scrutineering area, and it was this area that hurt him earlier today when they put the ride height measurement underneath the car, and it wasn't quite over the block, so it was slightly too low on the road. And of course there are very strict regulations on the minimum ride height of the car. You cannot have the belly of the car rubbing along the ground all the time. You have to run at a minimum ride height, and they'll be hoping that the car is over that this time. So once they've done that, they then weigh the car, make sure that it's over the minimum weight limit as well, with the ballast on board, and he wasn't carrying any ballast this time. So Jason Plato, I think, all okay hopefully this time, and he'll hold on to victory in the final race of the day at Thruxton.